It's Josh and Chantel, and this is Wake Up Classy 97, the podcast, a replay of today's full show.
It's Tuesday, June 25th. On today's show, we discover destination dupes. We need a dog groomer. Josh yelled at the scale. Why don't I feel at home in our neighborhood? Would you ever invoice a play date? The gnome update, how to save a choking raccoon, and we break down a tricycle fight.
Thanks for listening. You can hear the show live weekday mornings from 6 to 10. It is Wake Up Classy 97, the podcast. Enjoy today's show. Hi, Classy 97. It's Josh and Chantel.
Hello.
Good morning. Today's goat cheese day.
Cheese.
Not goat cheese. Goat's cheese. It's possessive.
What?
Yeah.
Have we been saying it wrong this whole time?
I'm kind of wondering if we
Goat's
have.
cheese?
Goat's cheese.
It's delicious.
Goat's cheese with the blueberry stuff on it on a cracker.
Yeah, or with red pepper jelly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. So delicious.
It is Elizabeth Peratrovich Day.
And?
Celebrates women's fight for equality. Elizabeth was a woman who played a key role in passing Alaska's Anti-Discrimination Act of 1945.
Good for her.
And
Go
led
Elizabeth.
to, it's a landmark law, which was the first of its kind in the U.S. So she's big civil rights representative, especially for Alaskan natives. So good for Elizabeth. And today we celebrate equality and so forth. So,
Ta-da.
big thumbs up. National Catfish Day.
The actual fish?
Yes.
Or people who are posing as other people?
No. The fish.
The fish.
Yep.
The actual fish.
Yep. Global Beetles Day today.
I love a good stink bug.
Nope. The Beatles.
Oh. Who's your favorite beetle?
There is no favorite.
Yes. Are you crazy? Yes,
I
there
told
is.
you, I like Ringo. I think he's weird. You like George. I know where you sit.
I don't.
I thought he was your guy.
No, Paul.
I thought you liked George's stuff.
I do like George's stuff, but I like Paul's my favorite.
Oh, okay. But you like George's.
Yeah, he's
even
got
his
some
solo
stuff that I don't mind.
All right.
I've got my mind set on you and all that.
I was way off then. I mean, I had a 25% shot. I
know
just like
me at all.
Ringo was so weird. I think that's fantastic.
Global? Why does it have
Yes.
to be global and not
Because they
international?
are, they're all over the whole world.
Well, right, but that would make it
Water
international,
included.
wouldn't it? Huh?
It's Strawberry Parfait Day, Chantel.
Oh, strawberry fields forever.
Okay, fair. It is Color TV Day.
Color TV.
Mm-hmm. And
Did you ever have I hated when my parents watched black and white TV.
Oh, my parents would watch Nick at Night all the time.
Yeah, I hated
So
it.
Bewitched was on, and Mr. Ed, and Andy Griffith Show, and
Yeah,
all of those things.
I know.
Yep.
I didn't like it.
It is also World Vitiligo Day. Is that how you say it?
Oh.
It's the pigment condition where some of your.
Oh,
Is that how you say it?
infantigo.
Well, it's not.
What did you say? What did you say?
That's not it.
What did you-
Whatever you just said is not it. It's VITI LIGO.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. I feel bad for not knowing how to say that. It's a rare skin depigmentation disorder. And that's what's happening today.
Ta-ta. Listen to some Beatles, eat
Yep.
a strawberry parfait,
Why not?
and have some goat cheese.
Goats.
Go
cheese.
catch a catfish.
Good morning.
People are taking these vacation dupes, destination dupes is what they're calling them.
What does that mean?
It means that vacations are expensive, like
Yeah.
everything else. And so instead of going to like a beach vacation in Bora Bora, you go to San Diego
Love it.
and pretend that you're at Bora Bora.
I would just pretend I was in San Diego.
I know, because San Diego is awesome.
Right. Like that's what I'm saying is I would just be like, oh, well, I couldn't go to Fiji. So here I am in Salt Lake City.
There's a whole list of vacation dupes. Fiji or Salt Lake City. Yeah. Can't confuse those two.
Nope. Okay, so you would go to the beaches of San Diego instead of going to Bora Bora.
Or
okay.
you would go to, these ones seem kind of similar. Memphis instead of Nashville.
Memphis is cool. I don't know. I've never been to Nashville, but I imagine they're pretty similar.
You'd go to Napa, California instead of Tuscany, Italy.
Okay, all right. If you're into wine and cheeses.
Western Colorado instead of Iceland.
Okay, that's interesting. I've been to Western Colorado. I've driven through.
Does it remind you of Iceland?
No.
I bet it's a lot cheaper.
Sure. There's also not a lot going on in Grand
I wonder if there's
Junction.
not a lot going on in Iceland either. I bet there's a lot going
There's
on.
a lot.
In
Have you
Iceland.
seen pictures of Iceland?
Yes.
It looks like it's out of a video game.
I was trying to
crazy.
make myself feel better because I'll probably never go there because it's so gorgeous.
That's why you won't
could
go.
go to.
My eyes can't handle it. It's too gorgeous. That's what's holding you back?
No, because I'm poor. So I'll have to go to Western Colorado. I'm so poor. You could go to Letchworth State Park, New York instead of the Grand Canyon. It's cheaper for us to go to the Grand Canyon than go to Letchworth State Park, New York.
Do they have a big canyon at Letchworth?
I don't know.
Okay.
Look it up. Leavenworth, Washington instead of Bavaria, Germany. Listen, these are all just nice ideas.
Okay,
you could create your own dupes.
Letchworth is beautiful.
Is it?
But it is, look, you can go to Twin Falls and see Letchworth. You don't even need to go to Arizona. You can just go to Twin Falls. They have They have a miniature Perrine Bridge over a beautiful waterfall. I mean, really cool waterfall, which you won't see in the Grand Canyon.
Right. Go check out.
Grand Canyon has run dry, but this is beautiful. Letchworth Park.
You're right.
I would go.
If you can't afford to go to Letchworth, go to Twin Falls.
Yeah.
Because they've got a bridge. They've got Shoshone Falls up in that same area.
True.
Go check it out.
Yeah, you don't need to go to New York. You
Letchworth?
Can just go to Twin.
You don't need to go to Letchworth?
No.
Where are we going to take our vacation, dupe?
Shh. Secret.
Never go on vacation.
We're poor.
We're poor. There's a woman online who claims she's divorcing her husband because he over-tightens all the jar lids.
Oh, well. I wonder what that's like.
She claims, yes, you do. You tighten the jars way too tight. She says, and I understand this, I would never divorce you for this, but she says it may seem like no big deal, but if every jar in the house is over tightened to the point where he is the only one that can be there to open them, it's so annoying when he isn't around because she can't get anything done. She's confronted her husband about it many times, and then it would slowly get better for a while before becoming an issue again. She thinks he's doing it on purpose to irritate her on purpose because she even had a neighbor come over and try to help her open some of the jars, and he couldn't do it. And she smashed some jars in the process of trying to get them open. And then she discovered that jars that he never would have opened were over tightened. And she thinks he was just going around and extra tightening every single jar in the house.
He might have been.
He might have been. She said she lost sleep over it. She had a breakdown when she
lost
vomited.
Sleep. What?
I know.
No.
I know.
No.
She claims that her husband was blindsided because there were literally no other issues between the two of them. He suggested counseling, but she refused, saying there's no point. I just can't get past the jar lids. He still won't even admit that he did it on purpose. He has given me no reason why he's tightened the jar lids.
Maybe he just doesn't want things to leak.
Maybe he just has super strength grip. And he's not doing it intentionally. Right. He just can't help it.
I was looking for, like, if I had a water bottle, I don't. But if I had a bottle or a jar or something, I would tighten it a normal tightness and see if you could open it.
Your normal
and
tightness
then I would
is not
get
my normal.
Really wrench down on it and see if you could open it.
You have some grip strength. You do. There's jars I'm like, what have you done to this? But you also know
put the lid on.
That I can't open some of those. And so you'll do them to a level that I can manage.
I don't intentionally go around tightening jar lids, I'll tell you that much.
I know you don't, Josh.
I'm not that mad.
I don't think he did
I'll
either.
show her. I'm going to tighten every jar. Imagine that guy just raging through the house while she's at work. I'm going to tighten every single one of these. She's not going to be able to open anything.
Where's that pickle jar?
Mm-hmm.
She got that open yesterday.
Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise?
Yeah.
Why'd you call it mayonnaise?
Because he's tightening the mayonnaise. I don't know. He's angry. Some of that good news to get you going.
Let's hear it.
Have you heard of Jimmy Nolan?
No?
Well, Jimmy Nolan has one arm. It's the result of an amputation 25 years ago caused by cancer. He's 40 years old. He never lost his competitive spirit. In fact, he has a ton more of it right now. He is a golfer from New Jersey, and he's doing pretty amazing things on the course. His ambition is to make the PGA Tour.
Okay.
And also to drive home the point to his young kids that no challenge is too great. Let me tell you this story. So he works as a police dispatcher.
Okay.
I'm impressed by this guy. I can type. That guy has to type.
With one arm.
With one arm very quickly.
Yeah, he does.
So he's, yeah.
I'm trying to do it.
I know.
You'd have to relearn the whole QWERTY system.
He can fly on that keyboard to be a dispatcher, which is
Yeah,
pretty awesome.
he has to.
So on his free time, he loves to golf. He's gotten very good. He is one of 300 members of the North American One-Armed Golfer Association. Things you learn about.
I know.
It is open to anyone with an upper extremity disability. He says everyone has their own kind of therapy. Golf is mine. And just meeting this group and seeing how everyone's different, he said some people have cerebral palsy. We have amputees. We have people who had accidents. He said it's beautiful and inspiring to just listen and just see what other people do, watch a different perspective of life. That's really cool. He said the biggest thing that he's really into right now, he has a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, both of them boys, and he says, I am showing them that there are no obstacles that are too great.
Yeah, of course he is.
He said, my oldest started noticing about a year and a half ago that I only had one arm, and I just kept telling him, I'm okay, right? I can still do things. Now that he's getting older, he's become impressed with some of the things that his dad can do.
Aww.
So that's pretty awesome.
That is so cool.
So, no challenge too great. And Jimmy Nolan, congratulations, man. That's a big deal.
Good job, Jimmy.
Yeah.
I can barely type with 2 hands.
I know.
Let alone one.
And then golf.
I'm barely making it through life.
Real.
He's killing it.
Yep. Way to go. It's good news to get you going on Classy 97.
We have a shaggy dog. That dog needs a haircut.
I know.
That dog could use a little bit of some grooming.
I know.
You were looking at some grooming options last night, and
Yeah.
I feel like maybe you and I are in the wrong business.
Yeah, because I tried to make an appointment, and I can't make an appointment for at least 3 weeks. Any day of the week, any hour of the day. Not a single appointment available till the middle of July. What is that about?
I don't know. That's crazy.
And it's not like super inexpensive either. It's like it's a pretty penny just for a haircut for the dog. It's more than I pay for a haircut for my head.
Well, yours is pretty easy. They don't have to cut around your eyes or around your ears.
No, it's a straight razor shave.
Yeah, yours is easy.
Okay.
Compared to a dog's?
I'm not going to allow you to do it on my head, but grab a straight razor and see how easy that is.
I'm not going to.
Right.
Those professionals can do it.
Yeah, it still
They're
takes
trained.
time and
I get
effort
it.
and energy.
I get it.
And I would dare say harder than a haircut.
You dared say that?
I dared say that. I did.
Those dog
Anyway.
groomers are backed up,
Yeah,
is what I'm saying.
right. So I'm thinking I need
It's
to
a hot
go.
commodity.
I need to go a little more local, I think, is what I need to do. I need to get out of the big box mentality for the grooming. I need to go local on it.
Okay.
And then I might have better luck.
Local, not loco.
No, I
You're
need
not
to
going to go loco.
No,
You're gonna
local.
Local.
Right, local.
That dog is a mess.
I know.
She needs to get in. She can't wait till the middle of July.
I know. What will she look like by then?
She's chaos.
Right now, she looks like an old towel. Like, there's nice, clean, put away towels, and then there's our dog who looks like an old towel.
I know.
Like, could you do something with yourself?
I wonder if we could do it ourselves.
No, I'm not even gonna.
No, I'm not
venture
going to either.
Play in that world. No, I'll find somebody. She's got like a mustache growing.
Yeah.
Which is pretty wild.
And she's got old man eyebrows happening.
Old man eyebrows, a mustache. Her legs have like poofed out.
Yeah. Her tail.
Yeah, the top of her tail is like a fire, like a little like a candle flame. I don't know what is happening. The dog's a mess. I gotta work on that.
Get her in soon.
Okay. Because you can't stand looking at her?
Well, just because...
Go get yourself a job.
The other dogs are making fun of her.
Are
I
they?
just know it.
Oh.
They're like, look at you. Last night, I was laying in my bed, and I hear you in the bathroom yelling at the scale. Not in the way that one would typically yell at a scale, in the way that you said.
What's the typical way?
Typical way is like, you're a liar.
Oh, I see.
I can't believe you think I weigh that much. You're a liar.
So what did I say?
You said, no. No.
All right. Hold on. There's a lot more to this than you think. So there's some research that's been done, and I had to pull it up because I knew you were going to call me out for yelling at the scale. So here's the deal. There is this research that's been done that says, like, you know how dogs will go after the vacuum?
Yeah.
So the idea is that they're trying to protect their owner from the vacuum. They don't realize what's happening, that you're in control of the vacuum. And that they think this noisy, crazy thing's trying to get you, so they'll be afraid of the vacuum or attack the vacuum because they think it's attacking a person they like. So they're being protective.
That's nice.
So the idea is that you yell at the vacuum cleaner, you scold it, so that then the dog realizes, oh, you're in charge of that. It's not threatening you. You're making it make that noise, and they back off.
Okay.
So our dog is very afraid of the scale for some reason, and I don't know why.
I think it's because it's shiny and black, and she can see her reflection in it, and she doesn't understand.
But she will look in a mirror.
But the same thing happens with the stove.
Which is also black and reflective.
Yes, because she doesn't like the stove either.
So I don't know. But her ball was in the bathroom, and she stretches out. She's this little tiny 15-pound dog. She's not huge. And she stretches out as long as she can to barely get her head in there or a hand to kind of pull the ball away from near the scale. And she's barking at me to go get the ball. And I'm like, you go get the ball. It's just a scale. And so I was yelling at the scale to see if it would work. It did not.
No, it didn't.
She is still afraid of the scale. But I gave it a shot.
I just liked from the bedroom, I hear, no, bad scale.
I didn't say bad scale.
No.
I just said no.
I tell it bad scale every day. I think our scale is broken.
Or maybe. I thought maybe it was emitting a noise or something because it's a fancy electronic scale. Like, it'll measure your BMI and stuff.
Yeah, gross.
And
Who needs that?
So I didn't know if maybe it's making a sound that we can't hear, but it's scaring her.
Well, it scares me too every day. I also think it's broken.
Well, it might be.
It's reading some numbers that aren't even real.
No.
Last night we were taking a walk around the neighborhood, and I was thinking, it was giving me some nostalgia from when I used to be a kid. Mm-hmm. And we had a conversation, you and I, about how as a kid, your neighborhood felt like home. Like your home was your home, but you ran the streets on your bike or walking, and your friends lived down the street and your friends lived the next street over. Like you just knew the neighborhood. And so the entire neighborhood felt like home. And when when you were driving home from grandma's house or your aunt's house or something. It was like when you hit your street, you were like, okay, we're home.
I do.
You know that
I
feeling?
do. I get what you're saying. I haven't lived in the neighborhood or neighborhoods, I suppose, that I grew up in for a very long time. I grew up in East Idaho. I'm originally from here, so the whole town's my home. The whole area.
I
It's
think
just
there's
bigger now.
John Cougar Mellencamp song about that.
Yeah,
Little pink houses and all
yeah,
that.
and all that, or that other one, my hometown.
There it is.
Yeah,
You did it.
which is the boss, right?
Yeah.
My
hometown.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, though.
But I don't feel that way as an adult.
That's because it's bigger. You got to think bigger.
What do you mean?
Like it's not just your neighborhood anymore.
What is it?
The whole town, the whole world, the whole wide world is your
No,
home.
I get it, but the neighborhood felt like home.
But you're not in your childhood neighborhood. And you haven't been for years.
I know, but I want the neighborhood that I'm living in now to feel like home. It doesn't feel like
I don't know
home.
what to tell you about that. I feel great where we live.
No, I
We've
love
been
it.
there for like 13 years.
I know.
I'm good.
I know, me too. I'm not moving anywhere else.
Right.
The interest rate on our house
Maybe
is
you need
enough
to
for us
go
to stay.
wander around more. Maybe
But
you
we
just
do.
need to. No, I know, but maybe you need more. Maybe you need to just go get on your bike and go ride. Find all the weird little alleys or whatever it is. I don't know what you need. Whatever it's going to take to make that feel like home.
I don't know what I'm going to need either.
My hometown.
I will say we were out when the street lights came on last
I know.
night.
We were walking down the street and the light came on. I was like, oh, time to
Time to go home.
Yep, it's time. Got to make it home or else mom's going to be mad. She'll be on the porch yelling.
No, nobody was there yelling at us.
Oh,
Nobody was worried about us.
no. The dog got scared in the dark, though. That was interesting as the sun set.
This is a whole show about our dog.
Needs a haircut, afraid of the scale, got scared of the dark. There were dark shadows. She was being very strange. Plus, all the fireworks. She's not a fan.
She is not a fan of
She
the
gets a little
fireworks.
skittish, which is not great. So
And then there was some hooligan neighbors playing in the road. She
I know.
didn't care for that.
they had scooters.
Yeah.
What are these?
What are
What are
they?
these up to? Footballs and scooters? I don't know about these three.
It's time to go home. I can't protect you guys any longer.
Yeah, you need to carry me. If she stopped and started being like, pick me up. Oh, boy. Kind of a brave dog have I got.
There's two moms. Let's call them Jamie and Natalie.
Are their names Jamie and Natalie?
Sure.
I feel like it says Jamie and Natalie, moms who hang out together and
No.
pal around.
No, it doesn't, actually. It does not say that.
Well, what's going on with Jamie and
All right.
Natalie?
Jamie had a little girl, and she went over to Natalie's little girl's house to have a play date.
Okay.
And Natalie sent Jamie a Venmo to help out with her daughter's share of the expenses for the play date,
Well, that's very thoughtful.
totaling $15.
For how long was the play date?
I don't know.
15's a weird number.
Well, I'll tell you, it was supplies and foods while the daughter was there.
Okay.
So
How old are the kids?
Natalie asked for an itemized list of items that were included. I don't know that answer either. Young enough, like $5 for food, and then $5 to replace a toy that she broke.
Oh.
And then other items on the list were $1 for chalk.
Oh, okay. Hold on. You got this backwards. I misunderstood.
Okay, I was wondering where you were going.
You said these two ladies got together, the kids got together, and you
Yes.
said she sent a Venmo.
The mom who had the little girl sent the other mom an invoice.
Correct.
Sorry.
Sent a bill.
Yes.
Sent you owe me $15.
Yes, for your daughter's use of supplies.
The way I took it was she just sent $15,
Oh,
and I was
sorry.
like, well, that's very thoughtful of her to do
No.
that.
That the mom where
Right,
the
I
kids were hanging out
misunderstood. Yeah,
sent an invoice.
correct, and said you owe me $15.
$5 for the food she ate.
$5 for a
to
broken
replace the toy. $1 for the chalk she used, which
That's
an
weird.
entire box of chalk is $1 at the dollar store. I don't think she used $1 worth of chalk.
I don't know. Maybe they did a big painting.
A $3 charge for 3 trips to the bathroom.
Well, now, come on.
And $1 charge for the wear and tear on the couch where she sat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I'm all about, hey, listen, we're going to have a play date. We've agreed that we're going to, like, trade houses. You can come here this time. We'll go there next time. And we'll just, do a wash, and there's snacks involved
That's how
and whatever.
it works.
That's
I feel
what
that's
you
how it
would
works.
probably do. Now, if this was like, hey, it's the first time, I know it's kind of maybe a little bit strange, but I feel like if you were going to go do an activity, or you're going to the park, or there's gas involved, or, something where I'd be like, hey, let me do a little kickback. $15 is a weird number. But then I'd be like, hey, here's a few dollars. I know you went and got a treat. Let me pay you back for that.
When our kids were little and they used to, they still do. When they go out with friends, it's like, hey, here's $20. I don't know what you're going to need, but take this.
Just in case
And
you
they
need
always
it.
came home with it.
Right.
Always. But the same kind of situation when we had our kids' friends over.
Right.
They always came with money, and they'd be like, oh, my mom gave me this money to help pay him. No, forget about it.
Right. So that's something else, saying I've got this bill for you.
I know.
That's I bet they don't have many play dates.
A lot of the times, I feel like I should pay the kids that came over because they entertained my kids so that I didn't have to.
There's that, and they also ate the food and didn't complain about it.
Exactly.
Every time.
I loved
every time they were. This food's amazing.
I loved when Beck's friends came over because they were like, "Can I have more?"
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely. And our kids were like, "This isn't even.
This is gross.
Like, no way. This is amazing."
I'd be like, Beck, invite your friends over because they like what we cook for dinner.
Yeah, maybe that's why the kids were like, "No, I'm not bringing over friends because then you're gonna cook."
Do you want to tell everybody about your gnome update?
Yeah, I kind of want to. If you haven't seen the reel on Instagram or Facebook, the gnome was down yesterday. Which it's been about 4 or 5 days since the gnome was knocked over.
The gnome gets knocked over by a stray cat that keeps coming into our yard and knocking over the gnome.
And I thought for a minute that maybe, because it had been so many sequential days that the gnome was still standing, that maybe the cat had moved on.
Not so.
No.
I went to water the plants last night. You were out of the house.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, no. Josh is going to be so mad.
So the news I arrived home to was the gnome was down. So I got video of the gnome face down in the path. I have stood the gnome back up, standed the gnome back. I don't know the right.
Stood? I think it's stood.
I put the gnome back on his feet.
Upright. He's upright.
Yep, and got video of that. So you can go keep up to date with the gnome. Now, if you haven't seen the gnome, let's describe the gnome, because I'm trying to figure out why the cat dislikes this gnome so much.
I don't necessarily think he hates the gnome. I think the gnome is just in his way.
I've moved the gnome forward and backward.
Have you?
No, he goes after that gnome. There's this gnome I've moved around, and he gets that gnome all the time.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, I don't know why. He's got a nice brown beard.
He's got a red hat.
He's carrying a shovel. Maybe he doesn't like the shovel. I don't know the deal.
I think it's the red hat.
Do you think it's the red hat?
Yeah.
Does the other one has a blue hat?
I think so.
Maybe. What if I put 2 gnomes next to each other?
Oh.
Like he's got a buddy now.
Like they're
a gnome bodyguard.
guarding the territory.
Do you think he'd only knock over the one?
Let's give it a go.
I'm going to move
Let's give
I'm
it
going
a
to put the
shot.
2 gnomes side by side as like a gnome gang. You know what I'm going to do next? If this doesn't work, one of our neighbors has like a 3-foot tall gnome.
Ew,
I'm going to ask if I can borrow it.
Can we borrow that
and I'm
big
gonna
gnome?
build all this big gnome army. The cat's going to show up and go, what has happened
the cat's
here?
going to show up and be like, please.
I'll just
knock
knock
'em
over
all over.
these gnomes.
Yeah.
Anyway, the gnome is upright as of last night. I haven't looked this morning to see if the gnome is down again, but got home to it yesterday. Gnome face down.
Poor gnome.
I know.
Doesn't even do anything to get such treatment.
I don't know why the cat doesn't like the
You
gnome.
thought he was gone. You thought.
I did. I thought I won for a minute.
Nope, not so. There was 3 dudes from Michigan. They were out just hanging out. 3 dudes, Tyler, Bill, and John was what we'll call them.
Does it not say their names?
Because that is their names. They said a wild raccoon approached them.
A wild raccoon.
And they thought that they were going to get attacked, or they thought maybe he was going to steal some of their food. But he appeared to be in distress. They said that he stood on his hind legs in a way that made it clear that he was choking.
He didn't do the universal symbol for choking and like try to grab his neck. Okay.
No, he just stood on his hind legs, and they said, "Oh, he must be choking."
All right.
That's all the story says.
So the solution is?
Pat the back. Pat the raccoon on the back.
Like an infant.
Yes.
Did they pick him up or just where he was?
There was Tyler who was patting him on the back. And then Bill said, "No, you're not doing it correctly." And he said,
"I've done this before.
Do it better."
What does that mean?
So then he started patting him on the back lower.
Okay.
And then the raccoon coughed up a piece of cheese.
What? Like a big piece of cheese?
I don't know.
Did the raccoon then try to re-eat it? Or did he just run away from it?
Oh, gross. Or did one of the dudes pick it up?
All right. You didn't have to go that far. That's awful. The raccoon eating it is one thing. One of the 3 guys going like, a snack is really awful.
Oh, boy.
Lucky day.
Lucky day.
Raccoon cheese.
Raccoon cheese. Raccoon walked away unscathed, ready to dumpster dive another day.
Did the 3 guys high five and what? That's
Sure.
it? That's the whole end of the story.
That's the whole. What other ending do you want to the story?
What happened with the cheese?
And one of them ate it.
Who?
Bill.
No.
Tyler.
Bill. No. Tyler. No.
Maybe they shared it.
So gross.
Do you want to hear the new TikTok challenge?
Sure. Is it going to get people hurt?
No, it is not.
That's a big deal.
It's pretty simple and basic.
What is it?
It's basically just zoning out on a flight.
What?
Mostly men are doing this.
I can do this anytime, any place.
They're posting videos of themselves intentionally avoiding all entertainment for an entire plane ride.
Oh, no.
The only thing you can do is stare at the flight map on the seat back screen in front of you, or look out the window if you're sitting by a window. The real diehards won't eat or drink anything or even get up to use the bathroom.
Really? Well,
some have claimed that they
challenge.
tried it and actually prefer it now. They say it's almost like meditation. You just stare straight ahead, listen to the engines, and zone out.
Okay. I'm kind of into it, except for it's a long duration. Like that's the big deal. Is like guys are doing this on long flights.
Yes.
Like they're doing this for hours.
Left to your own thoughts.
I don't mind
You'd
an
be
hour in the car quiet.
Forget it. You'd be asleep in seconds.
No way.
Yes. When you sit down.
On an airplane?
Yes.
Not when I'm driving, though.
No, not when you're driving.
But what I'm saying is I do the zone out, like just quiet, just listening to the nothing when I'm driving. And I could do that for an hour at least. Not a problem. Just looking out the windows.
But you also get bored really easy. And when you get bored, you start to get a little bit sleepy.
Yeah.
So you would fall asleep.
Probably.
I don't think you could do it for an hour. I really don't. I think you would fall asleep behind the wheel.
No
I don't
way.
think this is a recommendation for you.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Joshua, I know you. I know what you do.
You used my full name.
I use that when you're not listening.
Oh, no, I'm hearing. I hear you loud and clear. I just disagree.
No, I disagree with your disagreement.
Oh, well, this is going to get us real far.
The idea of this is just to embrace the boredom.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I know. And really just to be alone with your thoughts.
Right.
But again, You're going to fall asleep in seconds. I'm also with you. I could sit there. Here's 2 things that I'll do. 1, if I have nothing to do to occupy myself, I'll fall asleep. Or if I have nothing to do but sit with my thoughts, then I'll just rehash old things I've said that are dumb, old memories that I've done that are dumb.
Oh, okay.
I'll live in anxiety where I'm like, what if my kids do this? What if Josh does this? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's not for you.
No, it is not for me.
I'm good with it.
I need a time occupier for sure.
I think I could handle it.
Let's give it a shot.
Okay.
I'll drive so we can be safe. We'll take it.
No, that's not going to work.
Why?
I have to have the driving to do. If
Great.
I'm a passenger, I hate being a passenger on road trips. I hate it.
Why?
Boring.
That's the point. You're supposed to be bored. You're supposed to embrace the boredom.
No.
This is why it's never going to work
I
for you.
have to drive.
Listen to this story. This is pretty hilarious.
Okay.
Okay. There's a guy in Florida on a tricycle. He has a basket in his tricycle. In his basket is a machete.
Why?
On his basket is a flashlight.
Okay.
Okay. He's riding his tricycle.
Tricycle, basket,
Yeah.
flashlight.
Machete. He's riding his tricycle down the beach while using the flashlight as a headlight. So I think he's either got it taped
No.
or he's holding it.
No, you said it's in the basket.
No. His flashlight. Oh, yeah. Maybe it is in his basket. Okay. He pulls up on a guy and the guy says, "Hey, I don't like your light shining on my face." And they started arguing. It was at this moment that the guy, not on the tricycle, the other guy, sees that the guy on the tricycle has a machete in his basket. So he pulls it out and he stabs the victim.
No.
He stabs the tricycle guy just lightly. And there was a struggle. The guy on the tricycle takes his machete back, but cut his hand in the process.
Well, yeah.
And drives away on his tricycle. I can imagine just like
what is happening?
Squeaking. Make a tricycle squeak.
This isn't a child's tricycle. Like, I know that's what you see in your head.
I know.
But he didn't ride away on a tricycle ringing his little bike bell. Bling, 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 bling. Right. That's okay.
All right. He called 911 and then he was taken to a hospital where he was treated for his non-life-threatening injuries. They didn't have enough to charge the guy who grabbed his machete, but what kind of world are we living in? A guy can't even ride his tricycle on the beach with a machete.
What kind of world are we living in?
Here's another funny story. There was an amusement park in Tennessee. There was a concession stand, and a bear wandered into the concession stand.
Was he looking for honey?
Everyone was laughing because it was on the other side of the counter where it couldn't get to them. So the employees that were working there were like, "Oh my gosh, look at that bear. Look at that bear. This is hilarious." What they didn't do is tell another employee that happened to be walking in for her shift right into the path of the bear. She went in, opened the back door, opened it, came face to face with the bear. The bear was startled, so it did swipe at her, but she didn't get hurt, luckily. She dropped a big pot of something hot, though.
Chili.
Probably chili.
She brought the office a big pot of chili and then dropped it. And then the bear was like, "Free chili."
Free chili. And then everybody made a quick escape. No, that's not what happened. I don't know how they escaped.
Because she dropped the chili.
And it startled him so much, distracted him.
Yeah, then they were
eating.
like, "I'm just going to step around the bear here now."
But here's a little word of advice. Maybe start to tell people when there's something happening. I remember I used to work at a school, and we had a lockdown drill once. And we had to lock down all the side doors.
Mm-hmm.
But there was somebody that was coming in for their shift, and we didn't tell them.
Oh, they couldn't get in.
No, and she walked in. I think we had like police officers there that day too, and she was like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
Like, yeah, stay in your car.
Yeah, don't come in.
We probably should have notified you.
Yeah, that's important information.
It is. What were you never allowed to have as a kid?
A good time. No, I don't know. I don't know that I wasn't. I don't know that I was prohibited from having anything.
Really?
Not really. I don't think there was anything that was like, no, you can't watch that or
No
listen
rules
to that.
at Josh's house.
No, I don't think it was that. I just don't think it was ever an issue. Like I don't think I was ever like, I just want this thing, and it was like, no.
You just probably can't remember.
It could be that. Memories. I wasn't allowed to have memories of my childhood.
We weren't ever allowed to have like sugar cereal, like Captain Crunch, Fruit Loops. That was never in our house until later, like as I got to be like a teenager.
Yeah, we had that stuff.
You did?
I did.
Lucky. I only got that stuff when I went to my friend's house, and I was like, your mom lets you have Captain Crunch?
We would go to my cousin's house, and they weren't allowed to have it. They only had like Life.
Yeah, we had Raisin
Bran, yeah.
and Grape Nuts.
Yeah. No, I had Fruity Pebbles and what are they called? Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
Yeah, Captain Crunch.
Somebody said Grape Nuts taste like gravel, a gravel road in a bowl.
But yeah, no, I didn't care for the shredded wheat. I wasn't a fan of that. That was a cereal. I was like, can we not get this?
We had frosted mini wheats,
Good
and
for
that
you.
was a treat.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, I'm just gonna eat the frosted part.
I liked Frosted Flakes,
Yeah.
but then I also liked to take a little spoon of sugar and put on top of it. It was too much. Have you ever had that sugar milk where it's like
Yeah.
thick?
Yes.
Yeah. That's good stuff. I haven't had sugar milk since I was probably 13.
Gross. We didn't allow our kids to have soda when they were younger. So any kind of pop or soda, no go.
Until they went to grandma's
Until they
house.
went to grandma's house, where same grandma who refused to buy us anything but grape nuts. And she was like, let's give them soda. And I was like, would you knock it off? What is the matter with you?
You don't have to pay the dental bills.
There is I read it. This was asked on Reddit, and there is an old, I mean, she's 40 years old, and she goes, I had McDonald's for the first time 5 years ago because I never got it as a kid.
Really?
So I never ever wanted to eat there because there just wasn't the appeal for me.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It is time for your Would You Rather This or That question of the day.
Question du jour.
Uh-huh.
That's French.
For soup of the day.
Yes. Would you rather have no elbows or no knees?
Oh, no.
Try and stand up with no knees. Try it right now.
Nailed it. This is a real inconvenience.
Try to stand up with no elbows.
All right.
I'm going to say no elbows.
I'm going to say no knees.
Are you? Why?
Yeah. How you going to drive?
Oh. You'd have to get a special car. You can't drive with no... You can't drive with no elbows or no knees.
You put your hands on your hips like, what a conundrum. What a thing.
What are we going to do?
I can sit further back
I could never
and
put...
still reach. The car's designed that if I had long legs, I could still reach the steering wheel.
The steering wheel? But you would have to turn. Nope. See, I just bent my elbow.
That's what I'm saying.
You have
Got to
to...
have elbows. I'm going no knees.
I'm going no elbows.
I'm going to walk like a popsicle stick leg man.
Like Frankenstein.
Yeah. Like that. Would you rather this or that?
And you'd have to plop down, and you'd have to have somebody push you
I'd
up
plop down anyway.
from behind. Hey, I have to get up. Can somebody come push me? That's what you'd have to do.
Help! Help! Just yelling that from the other room. And you come in and go, what's up? You're like, I can't get up.
Why? Why can't you get up?
I have no knees.
I got no knees.
Hey, it's time for your Better Today Than Yesterday Daily Challenge. Your challenge today is to create what they call an inner peace collage.
I would like an inner peace anything.
It's images or videos that make you feel relaxed and calm. So you can just put together an album in your phone that is, it's called an inner peace collage. And you put in there some images, maybe some different writings or screenshots of things that make you feel relaxed and calm.
Aha.
And then when you need a little bit of peace, you go into that album and you cruise through and you go, hey, I feel better. So it's an inner peace collage.
I could do with some of that.
I think everybody could.
I think
that's great.
I need some inner peace.
So get some inner peace today. That's your Better Today Than Yesterday Daily Challenge. Hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday. We'll be back tomorrow on your Wednesday.
Woohoo!
Yep. This show that you have been listening to today is now available as a podcast. So if you want to listen on demand whenever it's convenient for you, you can listen wherever you get podcasts. We're on Apple, we're on Spotify, we're on Pocket Casts. We're all over the place.
If you missed parts of it, or if there's a bit that struck you particularly funny.
Maybe you want to share it with a friend or something.
Oh.
That's fine.
Podcast for friends.
That's right. You can indeed listen to the show on demand. It'll be available in just minutes from now everywhere you get podcasts. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Wake Up Classy 97, the podcast. If you enjoy the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Wake Up Classy 97 is hosted by Josh and Chantel Tyler and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com.